Hey, what's up guys? Buck here, and today I'm going to be giving you a thick solo cleric guide. This will contain my opinion for the best builds, how to play the different builds, counters for the different builds, and just some general tips on how I played cleric. And if you need any of my qualifications on why you should listen to me or anything like that on why you should play cleric last season, I was number 4 cleric overall and number 62 overall. I also have on Frost Mountain solos, my KD is very good. I don't think I have a negative KD on anything. So starting off, the best build for cleric. Last season, this is what I ran quite often. Ruby Silver Cuirass, Ruby Silver Fine Cuirass still is not out yet. That might change the game up a little bit. I'm not too sure yet because this arcane garb, really crazy how good it pairs with light gauntlets. But this season, I think if you are not running blunt weapon mastery and brew mastery, you are completely throwing. I think protection from evil is nice against some warlocks and rogues, but I think these are necessary with how many barbarians are in the dungeons right now. And then divine protection was cool for like a day, and then everyone learned how to play against it. And I feel like judgment is just necessary. You need some form of range besides drum. I also believe if you are running spells on solo cleric, you are just trolling. Like there's no benefit for it unless you are trying to just like rat grind AP and not fight anyone. I think there's no reason to be taking spells as solo cleric. So I would consider this the S tier build for cleric. You do not have super high move speed, but you have enough to just catch up with average players. If a rogue is running away and faster than you, or a ranger, just don't fight them. Just do not chase them. Chill at a doorway, door and door. I know it's not the most fun game, but it's what you have to do against a class that's faster than you in solos. Because having top film is just worth it over having the Chappelle. You get way more stats, you get more health, more armor rating, more headshot, so much headshot damage reduction. Adds to your magical power bonus with all these combined. I think light gauntlets are worth it for strength because you can get 2 positive strength, and then with the brew mastery you just hurt. Here are some examples of the different damages you do. The first example is with blunt weapon mastery only activated, and then brew mastery and blunt weapon mastery activated, and then with neither of them on the class. I also believe that stacking true magic is very, very important over stacking true fizz. I only have true fizz on my light gauntlets, true magic on everything else, because judgment smite also scale with the true mag. So that combined with your having roughly a 50 to 60% magical damage bonus is just so devastating on a judgment. And judgment smite combined, you're judgmenting and then 2-tapping nearly every single class in the game besides barbarians that are full stacking, full northern tunic and heavy leather leggings and shit like that. You just gotta pull out Morningstar and then they're 2-tap to the Morningstar. You might have to block 1 attack. The other popular option is the Divine Protection build. The Divine Protection build, this is my personal ideal way to play it and build it, but I'm sure like the lore builds a little more max health into his. I think he builds a little more strength. I don't know, he goes crazy with his, so. But this is my favorite way to do it. I have 19 strength, I have 40 agility, 135 health, 323 move speed, 16% physical damage bonus. I don't hyper stack physical power like the lore does. I get it to a pretty solid amount. I have will, physical power, true fizz, mag power. This is how you get cheaper rings, is true mag power and fizz power, and true fizz power, mag power. Fizz power, strength, physical damage bonus, strength, all attributes strength. With brew mastery combined 34 strength, and this goes absolutely apeshit against any melee class. You will put down any melee class like they are nothing. But the second you fight a ranger or a wizard who knows what they're doing, or a warlock who isn't horrible, or even good bards are really hard to fight. Not having judgment is just so devastating, and I've lost so much money to just someone who kites me a little too long. I also believe the best budget build for Cleric would be a form of this Cleric. I think if you top helm, this top helm was unbelievably cheap. It's like 100 gold. You could get a Templar armor, you could get really just anything here that has will or max health magical power. As long as you can hit around 50 magical power, have a little true mage, blue phoenix choker, you can really do some damage with this. I'll probably make a video on it at some point. All right, the hardest counters for Cleric, by far, it is Wizard, Ranger, and Rogue. Rogues, if they are good, they can absolutely destroy you, especially if they have Cutthroat. They can deactivate your smite, they can cut off your judgment, they can just make you a little flopping fish on the ground and completely destroy you. Oh my god, bro. If they are bad, you will judgment them and then hit them in the head with the staff, and they will die. Also, the reason you use the staff, you have to use staff when you are running judgment. And this is why it has a base magical damage, which does not seem like a lot. It actually recently got nerfed. But whenever you use judgment, the judgment scales with that and your other true damage. So same thing with smite. I think it's better to pull out Morningstar against fighters that aren't in full plate, because the magical damage will actually do more damage with smite against full plate fighters. But fighters in like heavy leather leggings, barbarians, things like that that have magic resistance, you should just pull out the Morningstar and it'll just do more damage overall. But you should be okay with staff against lots of rogues, lots of bards, lots of fighters. Rogues, the shield can be nice for blocking the first stab. Alright, and finally, just some tips on how I play Cleric. First off, if you ever want to be a ranger, you want to be a wizard, anything kiting you, you have to play a doorway. Stop chasing people. If you are chasing them and they're just getting farther away from you, do not chase them. Just run to a doorway and sit there. And if they are smart, they will not fight you, and they will just try to poke at you and then realize it's a bad fight and then leave. Or you will catch them with your judgment on a doorway, and then you can run and bonk them. With barbarians, you have to get a block off after either you get a smite hidden. You're gonna have to get a block off if they are in a full northern tunic, heavy leather leggings, or cloth pants, you know, something with some PDR. Rogues, Cutthroat will absolutely melt you. Constantly be careful of Cutthroat. Fighters are free money every time. Every single time. You should, unless they are a rondo fighter in full bis, you should absolutely melt a fighter every single time. Crystal sword fighters are free money. You out damage them with your staff. I have never lost a crystal sword fighter fight, no matter how much gear they're wearing. I just always destroy them. Rangers are not hard if you can get close. They are 2-tap every time. A good wizard is the most damning thing to you. Their fireballs can knock your judgment off. They will just melt you. So be careful of good wizards. Warlocks are free if you can. You want to smite first against a warlock and then judgment, because if you smite and then hit them and then get them to go into Phantomize, you can judgment them right before they go into Phantomize, and then while they're in Phantomize, the judgment will do extra damage. Also, Warlock's anti-magic does not work against Cleric. It does not affect holy magic. Stay out of goblin caves for third parties. It can be really hard as Cleric because you rely so heavily on your abilities. If you do not have at least one of your 2 abilities up, you can be fresh meat. Having Brew Mastery does kind of change that against certain classes, but I don't personally think it's enough to win the average fight against a skilled player. Invis pots are absolutely huge. You can use them to just get mobs off of you. You can use them to jump people, to rat outside of bosses, or whatever you want to do. I know not everyone loves that. I love to invis in front of a red or something like that and catch people off guard. I also love to use them whenever I am in a altercation and there are just tons of mobs on me, I turn a corner and then I invis pot, get all the mobs off me. They're aggroed on the other guy. Usually I can circle back around the room and get the mob stuck behind him and engage. That's often very helpful.
Where'd he go?
Fighting mobs on Cleric suck. Someone wants to ask me to do a guide on any tips for it. There aren't. It sucks. Your action speed is low. You have to use Smite and Judgment to kill them faster, and that can just suck because if you get jumped, then you don't have your abilities and your fresh meat. Kill every mob you see. You do not want to be caught with mobs around you whenever you engage with people because they are more damning to Cleric, I feel like, than most other classes. Lots of classes can use them to their advantage. Barbarians with Blood Exchange can use them. Warlocks can heal off of them. Rogues can use them whenever they go invis to get on people. It fucks over fighters pretty hard, but it hurts Clerics quite a bit to have mobs around. So definitely clear mobs. All right, I think that is it though. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. I'll answer as many as I can. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good rest of your day.
Hey everybody! I'm a stupid moron with an ugly face and a big butt, and my butt smells, and I like to kiss my own butt.